I sit before you not only as a mother, but as a witness to what federally supported research can make possible and what it would mean to lose it.
Emily Stenson's 5-year-old daughter, Charlie, was only 3 when she was diagnosed with cancer.
There's not an aspect of our life that cancer hasn't touched.
As the Trump administration aims to slash research funding at the National Institutes of Health, Emily traveled across the country to call on the Republican-controlled Senate to save the program that she says saved her daughter.
Without the NIH, who would you have turned to?
Nobody.
How much did they help you and Charlie?
They gave us a future together.
The National Institutes of Health supports clinical trials for childhood cancers like Charlie's, stage 4 germ cell cancer.
The trials provided us with the drugs that were needed to save her life. Another trial provided us with an option to preserve her fertility if she wants to be a mom when she grows up.
Charlie loves to dance, sing, and spend time with her 2 siblings. With us, she was understandably shy.
Do you want to say anything? You don't have to. That's okay.
But thanks to Senator Patty Murray, was occupied with coloring books. The Department of Government Efficiency has already slashed billions in NIH research grants and fired hundreds of scientists.
We need a surgical approach, not a sledgehammer.
Now the White House is eyeing a 40% cut to the NIH budget in the next fiscal year, according to a leaked draft obtained by NBC News.
These actions put our leadership in biomedical innovation at real risk and must be reversed.
Senator Susan Collins, the Republican chair of the committee that controls the federal budget, opposes the cuts.
What power do you have as a United States Senator, as a Republican, the party that's in charge, to actually do something and push back on something like this?
We have a great deal of ability to push back. My approach is to make the case to the administration. I also believe that we need to have public hearings so that the people we represent understand what the consequences are.
77% of Americans are opposed to reducing federal funding for medical research, according to a new poll.
Thank you for being here, Charlie, and bringing your mom. And congratulations.
Emily is Senator Patty Murray's constituent.
Do you think the administration really understands what these cuts are impacting?
I think they sit in an office someplace and have no idea that there's Charlies and Emilys out there that are counting on them.
The NIH is the largest funder of biomedical research in the world.
If the NIH stopped funding clinical trials, like hospitals like Seattle Children's would not be able to exist. And the clinical trials that save kids' lives every day wouldn't exist either.
Thankfully, Charlie is now cancer-free. But that's not the reality for thousands of American children.
I'm hoping to put a face to childhood cancer. We're real people, they're constituents, and we rely on research. And we cannot have them cutting things that are saving our kids' lives.
And Ryan, Emily and thousands of American parents whose children have cancer might find out soon enough whether these cuts to the National Institutes of Health might become permanent. And that is because we are soon going to see the exact budget proposals for the next fiscal year, according to 3 sources who say those plans can come as soon as tomorrow. Ryan?
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.